All right, guys, day 2, lower body. Today our compound lifts will be back squats. RPE continues to be 6 to 7 throughout the entire workout, so obviously you're gonna always warm up to that feel. Warm up, we're gonna do Tabata again, except this time we're either gonna do the C2 bike or the Echo bike, all right? Same thing, 8 rounds, 4 minutes total, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. After that, we're gonna continue to warm up and activate those glutes, so make sure you guys get your bands. You guys know the monster walk, the side shuffle with the band. You guys know the routine, so make sure you take your time and do that. It's very important that we wake up those glutes before using them, all right? All right, guys, as I stated before, back squats. Today is gonna be a little bit different. Our back squats, we're gonna be doing 5 and 5. We're gonna start off with 1.5 rep, but then we're gonna go right into 5 tempo, where we're gonna be doing 3 down, 2-second pause at the bottom, and being explosive on the extension. As we did on Monday, ideally compound lifts should always happen first, then followed by the accessory work. There should be enough stations for at least 8 people, for 2 people per station, all right? It's okay if you have to take off weight and put on weight according to your partner. Do not go off of someone else, all right? So if you need to go heavier, you go heavier. You need to go lighter, there's no shame here, all right? So, accessory work, 4 sets. Remember, it can be done either way. It doesn't matter which order you do it. The first one is gonna be 4 sets of 12 dumbbell deadlifts, which is our RDLs. We all know that movement. Some of us love it, some of us don't. Into our hamstring curls. Our second accessory work will be 4 sets again. And here we're doing dumbbell step-ups with jumping squats. Ideally, I want about 20 reps, but there we can go to failure. Here we have our finisher. Our finisher obviously is for those that don't need to run out of here or that are not doing CrossFit. We're gonna finish it off with 3 sets on our GHGs in the front, weighted reverse hip extensions. All right, guys, so for our back squats, first thing we wanna make sure is that we do not tippy-toe it off the rig. So those hooks should be somewhat shoulder height, all right? When we're setting up, same thing, we wanna make sure that our hands are even on both sides. And even though we're using our legs, we wanna create that tension at the top, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put that barbell on my back, create that tension, pressing that barbell against my traps. I'm gonna have that nice wide stance. I'm not gonna be here saying, guys, go wider stance. So make sure your stance is nice and where it should be before you start. So we're gonna start with 5, 1.5. So what that's gonna look like, we're gonna go all the way down, come up halfway, all the way down and up. That's 1 rep. Down, half, down, that's 2. After you've completed 5 of those, now we go straight into tempo, where it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, hold at the bottom, 1, 2, explosive on the way up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, explosive on the way up. Y'all hear my knees. All right, guys, first accessory work. We're gonna do RDLs. I know this is a little tricky for some of us, where we tend to turn it into a deadlift. It's not really a deadlift. So we wanna have those dumbbells right in front of us. As you can see, my palms are like right in front of my thighs, all right? I wanna have soft knees. My chin is nicely tucked in. I'm bringing my hips back. As you can see, my knees are no longer bending. I'm just hinging at the hip, bringing my back down as low as I can, ideally mid-chin, and then you're gonna stand up all the way. Hinge at the hips, hips back, back nice and straight, core nice and tight, mid-chin, all the way up. You're gonna superset this movement with hamstring curls. You're gonna grab your band. You can get your partner to help you. If not, that's okay. You're gonna hook that band to one of your feet. Lay down, bring that knee to the to the bench. You're gonna lay down, hook in that other foot, and we're gonna bring those feet towards our glutes, squeezing our hamstrings. We should really feel it, right? All the way down, all the way up. All right, guys, our step-ups. Our step-ups will be glute focused, so we want to lean forward when we're stepping onto the box. I want the box to be short when we're stepping up. I want that leg to be somewhat 90 degree. I don't want that knee too higher than the hip, all right? So we're gonna be here, we're gonna have our dumbbells in our hands. Make sure you have complete full foot placement. You're gonna lean forward. We're gonna come up with that foot, stand all the way. We're gonna tap with that opposite leg, step down, nice and control. Make sure you're still leaning forward, going into that next rep, standing up all the way, slow and control down, and continue for your full reps. Your box step-ups will be supersetted with jump squats. Like I said before, ideally I want about 20, but go to failure, okay? So if it's shy 20, that's okay. So on the jumping squats, you're gonna start in that squat position. So I wanna make sure your stance is nice and wide, my hips are below parallel. I'm gonna be explosive with the hips, fully extending those hips at the top. Make sure that when you land, your knees are nice and soft, and going into that next rep. So for our finisher, we're gonna be doing some hip extensions. It doesn't have to be weighted, so if you wanna use body weight, that's perfectly fine. But if you wanna challenge yourself, hey, go for it. First thing we wanna make sure that we do is that we set it up where our hips are completely hanging off of the mat, all right? So this is what it looks like. So my hips are completely placed so that I can stay vertical, and then I can hinge at the hip, and I'm in a straight line, all right? You're gonna fully extend at the top. I want you to squeeze those glutes for about 2 seconds before going back down. Control, down, up. You can grab the plate. You can hug it all the way down. Hold all the way up, okay?